Alright, guys. We've got ourselves a big best of 5. It's Group A in the Esports World Cup. And 2 of the best players in the entire tournament. Hero in the top left, SERRAL in the bottom right, who's gone for a 15 hatchery, 15 pool up against a probe scout for Hero. So that does allow him to get the hatchery down on time. Hero did not send the super early probe that can deny the 15-15. You have to send like one of your first probes across if you want to block this. So SERRAL gets the better opening, and so far Hero trying to get his harassment on. And this is going to be a big series, of course, guys. Both players have won their matches so far. It's the upper bracket. I think it's the upper bracket semifinals of Group A. And Hero is looking really good. So is SERRAL, of course. And SERRAL comes into the tournament as the favorite to win the entire thing. Sorry, guys. Just a bit of a clearing of the throat there. But that probe harass is really annoying, dude. He's actually denying this mineral patch really well. Oh, wow. Hero's micros really well. Really, really good. SERRAL's probably a little frustrated by that. He actually lost a bit of mining efficiency there. Loses 10, 15, maybe 20 minerals. Not a big deal. Hero, of course, going to go for a famous hero wall off. Really hard to have a unit well positioned here, but you can wall off with a gateway behind that pylon to seal it off very nicely. Probe is still being a D-bag over here, just distracting SERRAL's workers and trying to occupy those mineral patches, but no gas. Wait, SERRAL's going to open up 3 hatch gasless. Okay, so all you need to do now as Hero is double Chrono Adepts across this map and make this opening a nightmare for SERRAL. Because you know he's not going to have link speed till earliest 4 minutes, probably more like 4.5 to 5 minutes. And that means there's a massive window for your Adepts to get work. Why are we not Chrono boosting the gateway? He's Chronoing probes. Hero's going to play macro. But why? You know he hasn't gone gas. SERRAL's getting the greediest opening of all times. Hero, wake up, dude. You just scouted no gas. You can't not adept pressure against that. Now, Hero's decisions and logic don't always go hand in hand. He's highly unpredictable. He's chronoing probes. Double chrono again on the probes, both next time. He's playing the greediest opening ever. He's making a Stalker a single adept. He's trying to hunt for Zergling scouts, but there are no Zergling scouts. This is just the greediest build of all time from SERRAL. How does SERRAL think he could get away with this? Is he actually confident defending gasless? I played this exact opening for like 4 months this year. You know why I stopped, guys? I played against Hero in the weekly cup. I played against a bunch of other 6k plus Protosses, and they did so much damage with the first 2 Adepts into Oracles every single time. Because even if I defended the Adepts perfectly without losing a single drone, the moment the Adepts come into the natural and an Oracle flies in from behind at the same time, you just can't defend it because you have no link speed. 4 queens can't cover everything at once, and you can't get 6 queens up in time to defend the first Oracle. Yet, SERRAL, this has been part of what he did to win Dallas. And remember, he dominated Dallas. Oliveira was the only person who almost beat him there, and he did it off very greedy builds. And Hero's just letting him get away with it right now. I'm very critical of this, because as effective as Hero's opening is, and it's a good greedy build, it's a good greedy build that'll put you ahead if the Zerg makes link speed, is playing safe, is building early Zerglings. He's only built 2 lings, and he built them really late. A gasless 3 hatchery build like this is going to just get miles ahead if Hero doesn't find damage soon. Oh, Oracle took big damage as well. Not a good start to this series for Hero. And SERRAL is famous for this anti-air. Now notice, look at the Ring of Vision. This is SERRAL's vision. There's no angle to surprise except the bottom left. And of course, he's already got an Overlord filling in that hole in his vision. This is classic SERRAL. He also sees a 3rd Oracle building now, so he knows there's no fear of like fast Glaive Adepts or anything following this up. Your opponent can't rush 3 Oracles and also rush Adepts or Charge Lots at the same time. Forge in the back gets spotted as well as the Twilight Council's on the way, and a 2nd gateway finally building in that main base. Now, to be fair, Hero's economic growth has actually been amazing. But I do feel that a Zerg in this scenario should be able to get ahead against a Protoss if you don't find direct damage. Goes in, revelates, pulls back. There are 3 Spore Crawlers, so SERRAL has been very safe. 6 Queens, 3 Spores. Now his link speed is going to kick in. Remember what I said about there's a big window where your Adepts can do damage? It's 5 minutes 10 when link speed is finally going to finish. The fact that he didn't pressure with 4 Adepts combined with the Oracles is a travesty. This is a massive oversight. An Oracle goes in, gets no damage. I've got to be frank. This is a bad play for Hero. It's not a good strategic choice against what SERRAL's doing. Feels to me, this might be one of the rare times where it feels like Hero had a plan before the game started and he hasn't adapted to what he's seen. Whereas normally it feels like Hero has no plan and is only adapting. But what he's doing right now makes no sense to me at all. You guys let me know if you disagree. I'd love to hear people's arguments for different things. These adepts are so late. Why are they only here at 6 minutes? Lings are going to back away. Good choice. Because at this point, Ling speed's done, right? Spy is on the way super early for SERRAL as well. 16 more Lings are building. He's got roach speed and +1, but he's purposely only building Zerglings as SERRAL while droning up his 4th base so that he can just rush into a round of Mutas and then tech to Lurkers behind it. The fast infestation pit is what tells you it's going to be Lurker tech. So he's probably going to go 5 to 9 Mutalisks, or 5 to 10. Get those out, try to surprise, do damage, and then basically already have a quick 7th and 8th gas. Transition. And by the time your opponent finally gets out some Phoenix, some cannons, some batteries, some anti-air defense, you've already found yourself into that hive tech. Now, infestation pit gets spotted, and that's really good for SERRAL, because Hero has no idea. Adepts do get surrounded. He gets 4 drones, which is nice. Where's the Spire? He hasn't seen the Spire. So he sees the infestation. That makes you think, okay, SERRAL's starting a hive now. We're playing a macro game. Little do you realize the Spire's about to finish, and these Mutalisks are going to be a big, big problem. Pylon goes down as well. Zerglings denying that attempt for the 4th base. +2 attack coming in for Hero right now. Hero needs a fast 4th base. His probe's stuck. They're on hold position. Oh, his units are on hold position. They blocked that. Hero has 6 gateways right now. He's building 2 Archons. Few Immortals. 4th Nexus starts up. Zealots coming into the main base. There are 3 Roaches and 34 Zerglings, which should be plenty to defend this. Zealot's not going to be able to take out the Queen. And the first 9 Mutalisks are on the way. Now, it's tempting to go for the Warp Prism, but it's not worth it. It's much better to sneak across the map. Let's watch these Mutalisks as they pop out. And yeah, he's going straight forward. But oh, he sees the army. He's got to divert these Mutas to the right, otherwise they will get spotted. Oracle might see it. Oracles might see it. Nope, the Mutas are steering around really nicely done. He sees that Oracle as well. I think, oh my gosh. The Oracles aren't going to see anything. They're not going to see it. The Mutalisks are going to get through. Okay, big Mutalist surprise coming. Remember, behind this, I thought he'd be going Hive. He's actually not. He's just playing Roach Ravager the Zergling. No Hive started just yet. So it looks like he's just going to follow up with a massive ground attack, and that could work out as well. Mutas fly in, get lots of probes. Back at home, Zealot drop comes into the main. Queens did push back the Warp Prism. Zealots get cleaned up. Warp Prism pulls away. Mutalisks finding more and more damage. 13 probes go down. Stalker's chasing after. Blink is not done. Remember, Blink never even started in this game. This was a charge-focused play into Storm. Actually, he doesn't even have Storm, just into Immortal Archon. Phoenix trying to build. Archon's trying to get over there. 17 workers go down. Mutalisks pull back completely intact. Nice stasis trap in the front, freezes up a few of these Zerglings, but look at that, double Biles, taking out the 2 cannons. Mutalisks going after the Phoenix. Battery overcharge goes down. Mutalisks have to pull away from that, unable to do damage near the battery overcharge. Roach Ravager on the right side, though, looking to pick apart these units. The Mutalisks are going to go back into the natural and the main to divert the attention, and that might allow him to break through this area. If he can focus down these Archons, this will be game-ending. Hero right now trying to defend with only a handful of units. 1 Archon goes down. Natural is still exposed. No pylons anywhere here, which means you can't even build cannons even if you wanted to. There's only 2 Phoenix and a few Stalkers out. Blink is not ready. The probes are getting massacred. SERRAL picking Hero apart. Gets away with a greedy opening. I'm telling you guys, if you let him get away with a greedy opening, SERRAL will rip you apart. He's so good at StarCraft. And this is something we've seen too much in the last few months. Players letting SERRAL have a good start. You got to get on top of him. You got to put the pressure on early, or this man's going to run right over you. SERRAL with a massive lead. Did he get his Hive, by the way? Yeah, Hive's done. Lurker Den's coming in. Hydras and Vipers are building. He's got so much army, he could just split his army in half and attack both sides, and it seems like he's looking for that Ling run by now. Of course, the wall's open because it's Hero. It's always open. It's Hero! That's how he plays StarCraft. The man F2's more than a Platinum League player whose keyboard broke last week. Actually, you can't F2 without a keyboard. Damn, that analogy doesn't hold up at all. I guess you'd click on F2 if you're a Platinum League player whose keyboard broke. You know there's a button next to the minimap for select all army. If you didn't, you just found out. 13 probes going down. This is mad value. These Zerglings were not useful units at all. You guys are like, why pick on Platinum players? Why not pick on Bronze players? And I'm like, because the Bronze players don't even know the select all army button exists. They're too busy clicking on individual things and telling them what to do. Get wrecked. You have to be Platinum in order to use overuse the mechanics in an inefficient way, you know? At Bronze League, they don't even know the inefficient mechanic exists. So Count yourself lucky. You know enough to at least do that. I don't know how Hero's still alive, to be fair. I guess the lurker tech was a little late. But I mean, the trading being over 1,000 resources more efficient for SERRAL. Oh, Prism goes down. Yeah, the Zealots get a couple of drones, but the Roaches will clean it up. And Army's out of position right now, which means here comes the lurkers. Oh, Oracle goes down. Does get a tag off before it gets taken out. Disruptors are fantastic when you're behind against lurkers, but without the Storm, without the High Templar for the feedback, how's he going to be able to get on top of those lurkers? The Disruptors are ready. They've got 3 Abducts available. He's going to try and flank with the Disruptor shots. Flanking Disruptor shots. He's going to try and flank there. His units are kind of getting stacked up. Oh my gosh. They're going through a choke point between the Stasis Trap units and a Blinding Cloud on top as well. Hero's army just walked through 2 Blinding Clouds, through a choke point into Lurker Spines, and did absolutely nothing. SERRAL gets away with a very greedy opening and unsurprisingly runs away with game 1. All right, great game 1 for SERRAL. Now he gets to go onto his map pick, Crimson Court, a map which is usually considered a favorite for Zerg players against Protoss because of this purple gas base with this nice ramp in front of it. Very easy to defend this ramp with queens from any adepts coming forward and to get that creep forward, so the offensive queen walk strategies are incredibly powerful here. Now, I stand by every bit of criticism that last game. My theory is that Hero was just a bit nervous going into a match versus SERRAL, so eagerly harassing with his probe, which he did a great job with the probe harassment. His build was pretty clean at home, that I don't think he realized SERRAL was gasless. I think it literally didn't click in his brain, because to not be active with a couple of adepts early against that is such a huge misplay. And I think SERRAL was probably very surprised, like, why am I getting a free pass? This is crazy. I'm pretty sure SERRAL expected Daft to be doing Spore tricks, slow Zergling plus Queen, perfect positioning to scramble an opening. Now, Heroes decided, okay, if you're doing 15-15 openings, I'm going to go for a gas first, no scout build. Now, Hero does a funny thing where he pulls off minerals onto gas with this build. I've pointed this out in the past. You don't actually need to pull workers off minerals onto gas. With a gas first, no scout, you're going to have more than enough gas to go Warp Gate. Even if you want to go Stalker, you can go Warp Gate, Stalker, and Stargate, 225 gas by the time your Cyber Core is finished. So the third worker on gas is actually not a good optimization, but for some reason Hero still does it. I think he just is used to doing it with his normal build. That being said, that's a small inefficiency. Overall, this is a great build if you're not planning on blocking the enemy's hatchery. You might be wondering, well, why not block the hatchery? Isn't that always worth it? Well, on this map especially, you spend a lot of minerals to block their hatchery, and that just pushes them to take the purple gas, which is already kind of a better base for them in some regards. So blocking the hatchery on this map especially is something Protoss don't like to do, and I really agree with it. He's also going to mine towards the third base on the left side already, which is an awesome move. So I actually really like this build despite that small inefficiency with the gas. Remember what I was talking about with the Cybercore guys? Look how much gas he has by the time the Cybercore finishes. He can instantly drop a Stargate and get a Stalker and Warp Gate pretty much all at the same time. You see, he's still got 50 gas left over. Now, this is obviously him putting on the gas. If you want to go Stalker, Warp Gate, Stargate with 0 seconds delay when the core finishes, then you do technically need 3 on gas. But he didn't do that. He actually even delayed his Warp Gate. So the criticism stands. It's a small efficiency thing that Hero could add, but he's never really shown an interest in doing that. I like that drone hide from SERRAL. I'm a big Hero fanboy, by the way, guys. I know you might think I hate Hero because you hear me criticizing him. It's absolutely something where Hero is one of the most clutch players at killing people in the entire game. He is so good at grabbing the victory. But sometimes he does have some odd choices mixed in. Adept coming forward, hatcheries there. I actually, like I said, I really like this opening. I think the no scout opening, mixing this in, it adds such a cleaner follow-up to your build. 40 pylon. So now he can mine out those last minerals, go take a third base, while also making a second oracle, just because the opening is so smooth. At this point, you can see you do actually need quite a bit of gas. I guess if you want to go Adept, Stalker, Adept. Notice he wouldn't actually have 150 gas if he didn't put on gas earlier. So you could argue if you want continual oracle production... Oh, no, it doesn't even matter because he's going Twilight. He's going to do a Glaive Adept timing. Okay, cool. We're going to do a Glaive Adept timing. He needs to start that second oracle soon. It is a little bit delayed. Oracle on its own, though. No Adept pressure with it. Adept plus Oracle pressure combined is so effective. I'd love to see him be a bit more active with his Adepts. He has 2 of them out. But for some reason, he's being very defensive. Knows about the third hatchery, sees a few links come forward. Now, SERRAL has gone 4 queens. He's got 5th one out, 6th one coming. Spore in every base, except the front one. And this is a map where normally the Zerg's going to go for a Queen Walk. Oh, he's rushing Blink. Okay, so Hero's like, look, I know you're going to do a Queen Walk. That's what every single player does on this map. So to defend my third base, I'm going to take a third, but I'm also going to rush Blink off a single Oracle because he knows Oracles won't help defend if he wants to take the purple gas base. So he's basically rushing into Blink pressure. This is a really cool build for Hero. I love it. I love the thinking here. I love the thought process. He's basically saying, hey, I got to play like probably 5 gate Blink. He's only going to a third gate now, already building a battery on the front. I think he definitely needs to go up to like 5 gateways to make this worth it, but don't all in with it. Just get like a bunch of Stalkers forward, and the moment you're moving forward, I want to see a Hero keep probing, take extra gases back here, add a Robo, and try to get a 4th Nexus. If he transitions behind, say a 10 Blink pressure, keeps killing this gas geyser repeatedly while mining his own purple gas, that's going to be fantastic. Remember, the purple gas gives double efficiency, so it's like 2 gases for the price of 1. Only 3 workers needed on it. It's fantastic. It's such a good little boost. You can see now he's got his purple gas up. Forge comes in behind it. I think he's got 5 gates, right? Yeah, 3 there, 2 at the front. 5 gates, really nice. Overlord in the back is going to get focused down as well. Now, SERRAL is aware of the threat. He's at 57 workers, about to go to 60. That might be too many. Is it? This is going to be really hard to defend the first wave. Blink's almost ready. SERRAL's about to find out that this pressure's hitting him. He's only got 14 Zerglings and 6 Queens. He has to go non-stop units from now on. Now, Hero, remember, is not going all in. He has a bit supply block, does build 3 pylons. So he is a bit late on his next Stalker warp in, but he should be able to warp in 5 Stalkers momentarily. There we go. Next 3 coming in on that purple base. SERRAL is stuck on 59 workers. His 4th hatchery is building in the back. He's trying to get an Evo chamber, but he's kind of just stuck defending because he doesn't know how committed this Stalker pressure is, and already 10 Blink Stalkers has amazing micro potential. 3 Adepts on that left side. They might try to shade in behind and snipe some drones while the Stalkers distract on the front. Blinks back all of his Stalkers at once, taking out a few Zerglings. Blinking every Stalker at once is a little wasteful because then they can jump on top, and that's actually a really good trade for SERRAL. Any Stalker kill you get is massive. Now, notice what I said. Take a Robo, take 2 gases, keep probing. Hero's doing all of that. 61 probes behind this. If Hero gets to a 4th base and techs either Colossus or Storm behind, this is actually going to be a fantastic start. He's built 13 Stalkers. The only thing I'd say is I don't want to see him build too many more Stalkers, and I don't want to see him go and creep at all. If he can get that purple gas, it'll be huge. I'd like to see him target the purple gas, actually. Adepts on the left get surrounded. Nice around there for SERRAL. He spotted them. Link's coming in. Ooh, he's going to have to blink away, and he does. Nice pullbacks for Hero. Charge coming in right now. 4th base wants to go down on this side. Hero floating a lot of money right now. He's building an Immortal and 4 more Stalkers. Still got a bit of money left over after that. His +1 weapons on the way. Similarly lined up with SERRAL's +1. SERRAL still on 63 drones. SERRAL feels the pressure of these Stalkers. He knows this could get out of control. That's why he's fighting so hard to respread this creep, take this purple gas. He's like, damn, man, I need to mass units. I don't have the freedom to drone the space up. But he's making Hydras now. It's Roach, Hydra, Zergling. It's a very basic army. His infestation bit's delayed. Hero has forced SERRAL down a suboptimal path. Now, let's see how Hero takes advantage of it. He's going to 7 gates, still hasn't built a 4th Nexus, and he's building multiple Immortals. So he's just going Immortal Stalker into a Robo Bay. Okay, I love the Robo Bay tech. One of my favorites. I think single Robo Bay is a very elegant thing. Just adding a few Disruptors adds massive damage potential for minimal cost. Zealots getting in on top of the Queens. Beautiful micro by SERRAL, but great pullback by Hero as well. Hero's really not wasting any units. Trading for 2 to 1, but that's about to change. Oh, he's going to lose like 3 or 4 Stalkers here. This is massive value for SERRAL. 3 Stalkers just went down. That's expensive. Every Stalker you lose is 175 minerals. It costs as much, or 175 resources. Costs as much in total resources as 7 Zerglings. Stalkers on the front fighting the Roach Ravager. Oh, SERRAL with a big snipe. He gets the 4th base. It's a kill, not a cancel. Hero still trying to micro on the front. His Immortals. Oh no, Immortals going walkabout. Get out of that. Okay, he notices. As long as the Oracle turns on its laser, it should be fine. And that's actually a bad trade for SERRAL. The Immortal easily survives there. Zealot counterattack gets a few Queens. This 4th base still not mining. Now, Hero sees that the 4th base has no drones on it, and his 4th base is coming. So even with your 4th base cancelled, Hero should know he's in a decent spot. He's going to go double Robo Disruptor. If he pushes with those Disruptors before Vipers are out, oh my lord, this could be amazing. SERRAL's going to have to be really good on his Disruptor dodging micro. Purple gas once again in jeopardy. I love this. He took his base so much earlier than Hero, but let's check the gas on both. Hero's gas, only 1100 left, whereas SERRAL's has 1400, 1350. So you can see there's about 250, 300 gas mined difference already. And it goes down again, which means that gap is going to keep widening. So the advantage of the purple gas really going to hero this game. Zealots cleaning up the Zerglings on that side. Zealots coming in this side as well. Templar Archives is on the way. 4th Nexus as well. If hero probes up a little bit here, he could set himself up so well for the late game. But he's still trying to attack, still trying to keep the activity going. He's just got to be a little careful to not get jumped on. Oh, the Disruptors! First shot. What? SERRAL! That was unreasonable. Waits to the last second, splits his roaches, loses not a single unit to the first disruptor shot. That's what's difficult here. Second shot, no damage. Oh, I told you guys, he just needs to buy time for Vipers. Once Vipers are out, he can start abducting the Immortals and Disruptors. And the Roach Hydra Link can deal with everything else. SERRAL's also getting Lurker upgrades. Lurkers are going to be a problem if you're not able to get Psystorm up in time. Hero is so focusing on trying to kill him right now. Zealot's going in the top, getting a couple of Queens. Not really able to kill the drones, though, because it's so close to this front base. SERRAL's defending these Zealots really efficiently. And even though Hero was more efficient earlier, you can see the gap is closing, and now with Lurkers on the high ground, it's stalled out. Hero's making Storm, he's making a second Forge, he's added a couple of probes. Oh, good Disruptor shot, gets 2 Lurkers. Next one lands big as well. SERRAL takes some big balls to the face, and look at that, even blinks over and takes out the next 2 Lurkers. Hero is all over SERRAL right now. Heck yeah, I knew game 1 was just him feeling a little bit shaky at the start of this series. It's always intimidating playing SERRAL, but he's getting back in his element. 8th and 9th gateways going down. His 4th Nexus saturated. He's taken both gases there as well. He's got his High Templar out. He needs the High Templar up front to feedback. That's the next worry, because if he abducts all the Disruptors out of here, that could be a problem. You could blink on them as well. The Observer's giving vision. He knows about the Vipers now. The High Templar need to come forward for Hero. A couple of good feedbacks to be amazing. Ooh, good snipe. You're going to need to keep rebuilding those Oracles, otherwise you won't have a way of dealing with the Lurkers. Lurkers land a couple hits on those High Templar. Hero, he's going to try and take out the gas yet again. Dude, this gas. Oh, SERRAL's transfusing it, abducting Immortals as well. You know what? Super worth it for SERRAL. Gets 2 Immortals, instantly rebuilds the gas. SERRAL so patiently absorbing these punches as he takes a 6th base down to the bottom right side of the map. Hero ready to take his own 6th base, or 5th base, I should say, on the left. So SERRAL's maintaining that base advantage. 3 1s on the way for Hero, while +1 melee's on the way for SERRAL. SERRAL has no carapace, only +2 range. And he's going to go for a drop down the bottom. Ooh, he's going to go for the famous Lurker drop in the main. If he can get these 2 Forges, that would be big. Zealots in the top left are up there, not really finding anything. Stargate transitions on the way for Hero as well. Hero really wants to play proper macro games this tournament, not what we expected. We really expected to see cheesy Hero against SERRAL. We did not expect to be seeing him playing macro. Zerglings frozen in the middle right now. 5 Disruptors is the maximum you ever want. That's arguably too many, guys. I love 3 to 4 Disruptors, 2 to 3 sometimes, but too many can be a problem. Unfortunately, SERRAL didn't pick up the last 2 Lurkers. Looks like he misclicked those. He's still going to go for a 4 Lurker drop in the main. Could be big. High Templar trying to zone those Vipers. Lurkers starting to move forward. Now, SERRAL could move south, and it looks like he's going to do that. Feedback plus double Disruptor shot. Another feedback could be big. Another feedback does go down, but an abduct does come out as well. But you know what? Disruptor for another Lurker, not a bad trade at all. 6 Lurkers loaded up for the drop down the bottom. SERRAL's going to do this. He says, look, I've wedged you. I'm between you and your third. Third doesn't have much defense. He doesn't quite have Storms. 1 second before Storm energy. Oh, Hero's got to be gutted. If he was able to blanket Storms, he could have cleared all the Zerglings, softened up these Roaches significantly. Oh no, the Stalkers and the High Templar. He's kind of walking into these Lurkers a little bit. He does get some juicy Storms, but that, oh, the fresh High Templar get wrecked by the Zerglings. Immortals getting swamped by the Zerglings. At the same time, Lurkers in the main. Remember what I said about those upgrades? Those Forges are going to go down. At the same time, Lings and Roaches surrounding on the front. Everything's falling apart so suddenly here. Hero not having an answer to those Lurkers in the middle. Just taking too long to deal with them, and SERRAL wedges him, gets between him and his own defenses, and just branches off south and says, come and fight me on my terms. Beautiful play here by SERRAL as the Lings now swarm the Disruptors. Gets a few decent Disruptor hits, gets a decent Storm, but those are the last Storms that he's going to have for a while. Feedbacks on the Vipers as well. There's no supporting units, and Hero, his main base is getting ransacked. He's down to 6 gateways, trying to warp in a few Stalkers, but that Lurker mass in the main is about to kill the Nexus. Overseer Siege is up as well, sets up for that long-range detection. Another attack on the front. Hero, what a great game this was for him. He was going toe-to-toe with SERRAL. So much better than game 1. But SERRAL is just so good at absorbing damage and not letting you get momentum, right? The constant Zealots, the constant denials of the purple gas, none of that shook SERRAL at all. And even though he did end up taking a few big Disruptor shots, he was doing so much else right at the same time. And Hero just, he was committing so much attention to trying to do that. Oh, he misclicked. He tried to abduct the Disruptor. SERRAL abducts his own Zergling. The rare mistake from the GOAT, man. And one Robo goes down before the Colossus is out. Colossus is kind of a wild decision here. I mean, it's nice to have sustained damage, but he's not going to get extended thermal lance. Both Robos will go down on the front. Building your Robos at your front, super dangerous. Even though it gives quick reinforce, we see that it does cost you big time if things go wrong. There's a Storm, a few Immortals, a few Stalkers available. And SERRAL, with a Hydra spread, Lurkers, should be able to deal with this just fine. He's going to try and jump on top, which is a wild, wild decision. This is the actual good attack, though. And as the recall comes in, yes, the Nexus will go down. And even if you clear this army, at what cost? The Lurkers taking down Disruptors, Probes, Stalkers. Hydras will get swarmed here, but they pull back. There's more Lurkers coming in from the right side. At the same time, he branches to the south with more Hydra Ling. There is just no way for you to deal with the maxed out Zerg that is coming in from every side. Hero's last base going down. The Hydras and Vipers here looking for more value. An abduct on that Colossus could be huge. And indeed, the Stalker's trying to zone, but not quite able to get it. It's the feedback that eventually stops that Viper in its tracks. But the High Templar getting blasted by the Hydras. And SERRAL is going to take a 2-0 advantage after a much tougher game 2. All right. SERRAL smashing it so far. He's going to be going into game 3 here. Hero going gas first, no scout. Doing this 2 games in a row, very risky, but we know SERRAL is unlikely to go for a 12 pull. And that's usually the main thing you're worried about. Anything that's not a 12 pull, pretty easy to defend. 12 pull can normally put you very far behind with this opening. Potentially even just straight up win the game. But 16 hatchery goes down for SERRAL. He's got to feel pretty happy about that. Actually, did he go 14 hatchery? That hatchery seems a bit earlier than normal, right? Yeah. That's 14 hatch. 14 or 15? Something like that. It's one of these ones where maybe a 15 hatchery, he was, I think, taking that a little bit early because normal hatchery timing is 48 seconds, whereas this started 30 seconds ago at about 43, 44 seconds. So it was a little early, but it was not a 15-15. It was still a hatch gas pool. You can see this flows on, and his spawning pool started at a minute 15 rather than like a minute 12, a minute 13 because he delayed those drones. Not a huge difference, but it does make couple of seconds here and there. Cybercore goes down for Hero. Big thank you, Mabry. Oh my gosh, that is huge. Sorry, I just realized my alerts are massive on this scene. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I swapped down to 3K and I must have not resized the Twitch alert. So that's been popping up way bigger than normal this whole time. And no one told me because I'm always focused on the game. I apologize. We'll fix that after this game. Someone in chat's going to say, hey, Pig, don't forget to fix the alerts. That's meant to be a little pop-up on the screen. It's not meant to cover the entire screen. To be fair, our community's so friggin' like respectful. They always wait till we're between games usually for subs and things anyway, which I absolutely, you're not meant to have to do that. It doesn't matter. We filter the sound effects out in editing. So we got everything on different tracks. But yeah, if someone could remind me at the end of this series, I'll fix that one up. Apologies for that, guys. Swapping from 4K down to... I keep calling it 3K. It's technically 2K, 1440p. Swapping from 2160 to 1440p has been a very good choice, in my opinion. Second and third gateway going down. Hello. Guys, what is this? No, you can't let him in. No, Hero, you can't let him see this. Hero, oh no. He's doing it's meant to be a surprise. Oh, this is such a tricky build order, and now SERRAL has so much time to mentally prepare himself. A fourth gateway goes down even after being scouted? What? No, go take a third base, mate. Don't keep building gateways. You're not going to achieve anything with this. Oh, he thought the sentry would be out in time to block the Zergling, but he wasn't. That's a problem. Link speed's now finished. SERRAL is up there on 32 workers, slightly down on workers compared to the Protoss. But yeah, what are you going to do with 4 gates? I mean, you're chronoing probes now. You're clearly not going all in. Maybe Hero is planning like a 7 gate or something, but he's not going to be able to do it. SERRAL's scouting for proxies right now because he's like, well, if you've got a bunch of gateways early, you know, you could be proxying a gateway somewhere. He's checking all the common spots where like a pylon or a gateway might be hidden, seeing what it looks like an attempt for a third base. I think SERRAL can safely assume that Hero is pivoting. Roach Warren's on the way. He's building a lot more Zerglings, which he can use defensively if it turns out Hero's aggressive, but he can also use to potentially cancel the third. If you can cancel the third against a guy who's committed to 4-gate production this early, it is a disaster for the Protoss. But you know why this works for the Zerg? This can potentially work because you're not building a shield battery. You think, oh, I'm the guy who's pressuring. Look, I've got 8 Adepts. They're not Glaive Adepts though, guys. And this is really good that Hero sees the Zerglings. He should group up. Pull back. Why are we letting the Shade finish? You already saw a ton of Zerglings. If there was any more, you knew that was going to be bad. Okay, I mean, good micro for Hero. He made the best of what could have been a very bad position. Committing to the Shade seemed super unnecessary. Pulling back is the right call. Building more Adepts is kind of crazy. He also doesn't have a Twilight, so these Adepts are never getting Glaives. Continuing to Shade forwards, despite seeing mass army for SERRAL, I mean, to be fair, does 27 Zerglings beat 10 Adepts? If the Queens and Roaches are in the fight as well, yes. The Zerglings are coming back right now. The Adepts are going to go forward. You should never commit to this Shade. You see tons of units. Committing to this Shade would be legitimately criminally insane. I would say we need to put Hero in an asylum if he Shades in. Like, just Shade, but don't let it finish. And just threaten around the edges, slow down the creep. You're forcing a ton of units. You know now with Roaches coming out, if you just keep these guys alive to defend a counterattack, you can defend your third, and you can still build an economic advantage from this, especially with Twilight on the way now. You've got Observers, +1, even a 5th gateway building. And he could even try to kill the Roach here as he Shades backwards. Trading an Adept for a Roach would actually be a really good trade for the Protoss, even though they cost the same. Actually, an Adept does cost more. But it's just one of those things where these Adepts are only going to be so useful. They're good at clearing Zerglings, but not good at too much else. Zergling comes in for SERRAL. He sees lots of probes, sentries, and a couple of shield batteries coming up. Right now, Hero should not be shading. He should just cancel, pull back. He's got Immortals on the way. And that's actually, yeah, he's made the best of a really awkward start. Cancel one of the batteries, just keep the one of them, and probe on up. He's a little supply blocked right now, his Hero. He does let both batteries finish, but seeing no attack coming and now having an Observer out, he should be able to defend just fine. SERRAL needs a 4th base. SERRAL has worked his way to 60 drones in dribs and drabs, which is pretty impressive. Still 60 drones at 6 minutes, despite all of the fear of those early gates and the massive Zerglings that he committed to. He's going to go for that 4th base. Hallucinated Phoenix sees it. And I think you got to feel good here as Hero, because you know the economy is just not that high for your opponent. You're like, hey, if you're just starting your 4th base and I'm already on 60 workers, like, you can't really have a lead on me. So I think Hero's in a pretty decent playable position as he goes into Blink. Robobay yet again. He's loving his Robobay versus SERRAL. Shades backwards. Roaches and Ravagers moving forward. Adept, Stalker, Sentry, Immortal moving around right now. We've got Lings there. Evo Chamber as well. 4th Hatchery coming up that left side. Overlord does get sniped on the pillar as the Overseer flies around the main base. Stalkers doing what they can. +2's on the way. We've got Lings going to the right side as well. Phoenix coming in. We've got 2 more gateways, 3 and a Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine's kind of funky, man. Sometimes Dark Shrine is amazing in these situations. Sometimes it's kind of like, not that great. Rather save the minerals for, more Zealots. You don't really... I really don't like the Dark Templar Archons because they're so mineral expensive. Always rather have more Zealots, personally, myself. Just using them to counterattack everywhere and split the Zerg's attention. But to each his own. Hive's halfway done. Hydroden's coming in as well. SERRAL needs these 2 gases up on this 4th base. Hero just needs a 4th himself. I don't know. Hero's been so slow to get this 4th base. That's the one thing I would have liked to see a bit earlier. I feel like SERRAL's worked his way now to a very healthy economic advantage, right? 8 gases, 80 drones, not taking any damage from Hero's Prism. 4th Nexus only now coming up for Hero. Now, Hero, he's out of Robo Bay for a while, but only on single Robo. And he is going to start... So he likes to go 2 Immortals to back up his Stalker army. And that's when he starts going for Disruptors. Oh, he starts the Stargate. Look at this. The scouting of SERRAL is ridiculous. The second your opponent starts thinking about going for a mothership, and you've already scouted it. Like, already, SERRAL in his mind goes, okay, 11 minutes, I need to watch out for recall. Like, he's already thinking about the 11-minute recall, mothership floating in, maybe 12 minutes. And he's going to be ready for it, 100%. It could be a Carrier or Tempest swap as well. I think Tempests are actually really good, especially on this map. Picking off some drones. Wow, these queens taking a while to kill these adepts, dude. And it looks like just hallucination scouts scouting at the same time. Yeah, he finally pulled the drones back as SERRAL needed to there. Only loses 4 drones and 4 adepts. Good trade for SERRAL. But these adepts are not very valuable units anymore. So I think Hero's happy to kind of slowly trade those away. Vipers have been spotted. There is no Templar Archives. Oh, gee. Oh, gee. Oh, my gosh. Without feedback, Vipers are king. Stalker's not being watched right now. Losing 1. Nice force fields come in. Break some of them, but good trap here. Oh, the last force field misses. He could have trapped about 6 more roaches and a Ravager there. Unfortunate that that last force field misses. That was a beautiful positioning setup there for Hero. Now, Hero's building more Oracle right now. He's trying to make Oracle's protection. He's making a fleet beacon for Mothership. Recall is obviously so effective as a way of repositioning your ground army. But he's only just started the Templar Archives. Wait. He still hasn't started it. He just made a second Stargate. Again, he doesn't have an answer to the Vipers. He's got to blink on the Vipers and focus. These Vipers are just going to rip his Immortals over into the army. Look at that. Abduct. Easy. Doesn't even need to, though, because he's caught him out of position. Oh, Hero thought he could defend this choke point. He gets broadsided. All the Immortals and Sentries go down. The Zealots and the Disruptors were not with the army for some reason. I guess he thought they might have been an attack from the left side as well. Stalker's looking for the snipes on the Vipers, but look at the micro. Notice the way he's shepherding these Vipers forward, keeping them protected from the Stalkers so they can get on top of the Disruptors. Blinding clouds come in. One of the Disruptors gets yoinked. Beautiful spread. He doesn't hit anything. What the hell? SERRAL, that is unreasonable. Can you please take some Disruptor shots like you did on Crimson Court? He says, no. I do not get hit by Disruptor shots. The Vipers still have not gone down. One of them finally gets sniped after Hero tries for so very long to take that down. Did he just kill his own unit, guys? Oh, it was a changeling. There was a changeling in there, pretending to be one of the boys. Okay. Zealots going to the north. We'll find a Zergling, but not much else. Map control is amazing for SERRAL. Look at this, guys. He's got changelings, overseers everywhere. He's got overseer in the back. He can see when Tempests start up. Dude, let's see. Does SERRAL look at it? We're on SERRAL's vision right now. Tempest just started. He's been in vision of that Stargate for a while. Is he glancing at it? Because the moment he looks up there, he'll be aware of the fact that it's a Tempest transition. Let's see if he spots it and how or if he reacts. So SERRAL's first-person view. He's putting lurkers and spines at his bases so that he's defended from Zealot run bys. He's setting up a nice position in the middle. He just checked. He just checked. Okay, he just saw the Tempest transition, guys. He knows if he wants to push in, he's got to go now, because soon enough, those Tempests are going to start picking at him from afar. Beautiful blink forward. Hero gets rid of one of the lurkers. Hero needs to rotate his army in front of this. Hero's splash damage. Where is it? Where are those Disruptors? They're off to the right side still. Hero's looking to come down this ramp to deal with this. He blinks forward, takes out another lurker. Beautiful move for Hero. Hero's micro is so bloody good. Looks like some Zealots came in, took out some Spine Crawlers, but the lurker and the Queen cleaned it up. More Zealots are ready to go in, though. He's going to keep sending these in to clear up these building spines, which could be incredibly effective. Stalkers have to blink away. The Disruptors looking for the broadside. He comes in with a big broadside shot, and he only gets one lurker and one Ravager. Not the big money shot that Hero was looking for. The Zealots come in over on this side, but they just got F2 to home. The Zealots could have got some damage. The Queens are now getting together. He sends them back in. Hero, this is one of the famous things. Most pro players hate using redundant actions where they have to give an order, cancel the order, give the order a second time, cancel the order, give the order a third time. But that is something that Hero's APM is constantly being spent on, because he'll give an order, he'll F2 to do something with some other army, realize, oh, I just pulled those guys back. He has to go back, select them, send them back in. This is something he's constantly stuck doing. It is one of the things about Hero that makes him so special, is that he is grossly inefficient with his mechanics. And despite that, he finds a way to still be one of the best, if not the best Protoss player in the entire world. MaxPax is clearly a little bit faster with the multitasking than Hero, a little bit cleaner, but Hero has more killer instinct. Hero goes to LAN and wins those big tournaments. Cannons and batteries hanging out. Stalkers, Ling Roach Ravager not going to be able to break through there. These Zealots are defended, though. Tempest coming out. Dude, Hero's done a great job of fighting back. After he lost a lot of his army earlier, I really thought he was down in the dumps and screwed in this game. And don't get me wrong, he's trading worse than SERRAL, but he's got a 5th base up. He's got Tempests, Storm, Disruptors, Immortals, Plasma Shield upgrades, and air weapons coming in. Air weapons not as important for Tempests as they are for Carriers. Carriers do lots of small amounts of damage, where armor and attack upgrades matter a lot. Tempests do bigger shots where it's not quite as important. It still matters, still adds up over time. Going from 40 damage first ground to 44, it does make a difference, but it's definitely not as high priority as for Interceptors, where going from 5x2 to 6x2 or 7x2 is obviously way bigger as a percentage increase. Literally double. 10 rather than 20%, right? Corruptor's coming out right now. We've got the Great Aspire up for SERRAL. He's going for the armor upgrades. He's still got a lot of Roach Ling on this map. This is the thing about SERRAL. He doesn't like throwing units away. There's a lot of players who are like, oh, I don't have an exact plan for this unit. Like, it's not the best unit. And they'll just kind of throw it away sloppily, scrappily. SERRAL doesn't do that. He just is like, I'll be patient and wait for the opportunity to use these guys effectively. Unfortunately, unless he has Baneling speed and like 20 Banelings to blow up that cannon battery, this army ain't breaking through that many cannons. Oh, big recall on the south. SERRAL instantly runs away, cancels the hatchery, gets out of there. Beautiful reaction by SERRAL. Nice move by Hero, but SERRAL stays calm, does not make the mistake. Lurker's moving forward. Lingroach, he bypasses the cannons. He bypasses the cannons. Remember, he was waiting with this Lingroach the whole time. He knows the whole army's in the south. Lingroach, he knows it's going to do nothing against this army. It'll just get blanketed in Storm. So he runs in on the counterattack. Hero does not have recall available on this Nexus. It does not have energy. He's going to lose every probe on his third base. He can't push through there. The Lurkers and the Spines holding him back. 20 probes go down. Oracles do run back. What else has he got to defend? Not much, guys. He's still not recalling. He's trying to rotate and get forward map presence. Hero's saying, fine, you kill a base, but I'm going to clear you off this ridge. This ridge here is the most important part of late game ZvP on this map. If Protoss holds this area, they can branch in. It's really hard for Zerg to defend. The Lurkers are wrecking the High Templar. 3 High Templar go down. The Disruptor's getting picked off as well. 3 High Templar still survive, but he still hasn't defended. Hero's just ignoring this. He didn't deal with it. Oh, I think he warped in Dark Templar. But then the Overseers arrived. He tried to deal with it with Dark Templar. But then the Overseers arrived. He'd lost 4 Dark Templar last time I checked. Now he's lost 13. He must have warped in 9 Dark Templar, seen that there was no detection, and then the Overseers just arrived. I'll have to rewind to double check that, but I think that's what just happened. Oh, man. So he loses even more probes in his natural. I think he just lost his Cybercore as well, right? Yeah, he's got to rebuild that Cybercore, guys. He has to rebuild that Cybercore. He can't make Stalkers right now, nor can he make more air upgrades. Hero. 9,000. 8.5, I should say. Resources behind in the units lost. Massive, massive disadvantage for him. 7 Infestors are on the way. No Neuroparasite just yet. SERRAL should be upgrading that. There's no reason for him not to have started it, which means he may have forgotten it. Lurkers intercepting Zealots on the left side. And good trade for SERRAL. Roach is trying to run in over here. A few Ravagers get cleaned up. This is SERRAL's rare, inefficient run by. But is it actually inefficient? He's forcing Zealot warp-ins. He's still going to focus down a bunch of probes. Oh, look at that. He's even split-firing. He split-fired! A lot of players would not bother doing that there, but SERRAL gets himself 6 probes of value, despite not caring about those Roaches at all anymore. Queen's trying to pull back. Infestors and Corruptors are ready. Here comes the Tempest, High Templar, Immortal, Storm, with a handful of Stalkers and Zealots to help support. Lurkers and Infestors are here. Infestors are fungling nicely. Burrows on the way, as well as 2-2 for the air of SERRAL. Meanwhile, the upgrades are completely arrested for Hero. Hero's not re-establishing his third. He is not upgrading. Okay, there we go. Cybercore got rebuilt. He's making +2. He hasn't even attempted to rebuild a wall. In a ZvP, in a matchup where your opponent could run in at any time, he has 1 cannon, 1 battery guarding his entire main, 1 cannon, 1 battery in his natural. There is a thing, what is it? Insanity? Trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I mean, at any point, Lynx could run in and ruin his day. Massive Fungals landing. The Corruptor's looking for the snipes. Corruptors are getting big snipes on the Tempest. There's not that many Corruptors, though. I don't know if there's enough to actually win this air fight for SERRAL, but he's happy to just kill a few Tempests and then maybe back off, especially with the Broodlords killing a bunch of High Templar. He's killed at least 5 High Templar this game. That's not including ones that have died to other stuff. Lurker harassment runs in. And it's out of range of the cannon. Oh, he just moved in cannon range. But he's getting revelated by the Oracle and the Observer anyway. So that Lurker was not going to get too much more done. There is a Zergling in the north as well. Overseer is still up here. He still keeps glancing at that Overseer every now and then, does SERRAL. I love so much that we've got these boxes showing where the players are looking at, by the way. So awesome that that's in the game now. 2-2 air upgrades finishing for SERRAL. He's on 10 Broodlords. It's going to be 11. He's on 15 Corruptors in a moment as well. So basically 11 Broodlords, 15 Corruptors, 11 Lurkers, 7 Infestors, 1 Viper. This is mostly a ground-pounding army, but he's also got that little bit of support with the Corruptor, Viper, Infestor to deal with the 8 Tempests. Zealots coming in on this base, nice move. Zerglings are going to try to get over there with some Lurkers to defend at the same time. Looks like something got caught there. I don't know what that was. Maybe an Observer? Gets the hatchery killing 4 drones in the south. Hero's still going offensive. Now remember, a lot of people out there say the best way to defend is to set up a solid line of defenses and to be efficient in your positioning. Hero is much more of the best defense is a good offense. If Hero was in a street fight, his plan would always be to run at the other guy screaming and try to knee him in the crotch. It's not a super safe, reliable method, but it can work if you're just fast enough and you catch the opponent off guard. And you can see here, Hero's refusing to rebuild his third. He's only now thinking about this base in the bottom. He's all about just attack, 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 attack. He's going to try and reposition. He just recalled to the top. Now he recalls back to the bottom. The weird thing here is, yes, he pulls SERRAL out of position. He will get a hatchery snipe for it, but he doesn't have any recall available for the next few minutes, and SERRAL's going to punish him. SERRAL's like, okay, you tricky. Oh, you have recall. Feedbacks! He doesn't cast them! Hero wasn't looking. He got distracted by the lurkers that are going to take out his Templar Archives. He could have popped all the infestors. SERRAL with a rare misstep, but Hero was not watching and is unable to take control. Also, Hero didn't click the hatchery. Hero misses 2 easy layups there. Could have popped 7 infestors, could have killed the hatchery, gets neither, and he loses his Templar Archives and a few probes. Beautiful lurker counterattack for SERRAL that clearly panicked Hero. Hero freaked the heck out and made some mistakes there. Nice revelation. Few lurkers will go down in the middle of the map. High Templar morph into an Archon. One of them does just barely survive. Still plenty of changelings down there. SERRAL's income is not that amazing right now, but neither is Hero's. Hero still has not rebuilt that third base despite plenty of minerals and gas being available. He's got a hatchery on the bottom, or a nexus, I should say. He's starting to build Void Rays. Void Rays is not the play. It's never the play. Void Rays are terrible. Oh, the fungal parasitic bomb. The Tempests are getting ravaged. Oh my lord! The Tempests are taking so much damage from that parasitic bomb. Mama goes down. Luckily, he does get most of his units out. 8,000 resource lost advantage still. As the Zealots come back in, these guys could kill this hatchery for show. And he will get that hatchery kill. Nice play there for Hero. He does finish off what he started earlier. But yeah, one has to keep an eye on this. So Flux Veins, big movement speed increase for Void Rays, guys. Some people call it F Veins or Truck Veins, something that rhymes with truck. You guys know what I'm talking about. Point is, it allows you to truck up low-level players in 4v4s. Will it beat SERRAL? Void Rays wreck Corruptors if you can spread them out so they're coming from every side so they don't die to fungal and parasitic bomb. But clumped up in a fight, they will get destroyed by those Zerg spells. Here we go, ambush! Ambush coming in. Another Tempest goes down. Another fungal does go down. Broodlord's chasing down his ground army. SERRAL knows he's got the numbers right now. He's ready to press this advantage. Look at the Corruptor spreads. The Archons and the Storms do good damage, but it feels like maybe he should have stood and fought and actually tried to pop the infestors and the like, but he ends up recalling, leaving about half his army behind. Hero's out of cash. The south side lurkers are going to move forward there and clean this up. At the same time, in the north, the Immortals get picked off. The Broodlords say, goodbye, Mr. Immortal. Not my Immortal. Lurkers and things coming in the south. Broodlord's trying to pull back in that top right. Infestors going to be needed to use to defend this. Neuroparasite comes in. He says, why are you hitting yourself? But it looks like maybe it just drifted out of range as that Void Ray Neuroparasite does get immediately broken. Maybe the Tempest killed the Neuraling Infesta. These probes going to go down as well. Hero still has not retaken his third. He's still got a mothership floating around. He's trying to create some chaos here. I mean, this is absolutely Hero's path to victory is movement and rotating and catch SERRAL out of position one big time and ruin him. He gets a few Hydras here. But let's look at the comp. 4 Tempests, 4 High Templar. He's still got 14 Stalkers. Stalkers at this stage of the game are considered a garbage unit. Oh, the Fungals are good. Mama doesn't get too deep. Broodlords are taking damage, though. Broodlords pull back. Oh, my lord. The Broodlords pull back. Abduct comes in. Corruptors aren't quite next to Mama, so they're kind of leaving her be for a second, which is kind of a small mistake for SERRAL. Storm's coming in right now. Mama's actually still alive behind this. This is kind of comical. He's so focused on trapping the army, and he is going to trap it. Mama gets left behind. She doesn't do enough damage. No one cares about Mama if she isn't actively cloaking the army. Finally, they go back and clean Mama up. Stalkers coming in. Oracles, Archons, High Templar, the Broodlords with the Lurker support should ruin this. The Lurkers burrow. The Stalkers get destroyed. The last air units go down. The Corruptors and the Broodlords are still there. And that, my friends, is a 13,000 resource lost advantage. SERRAL mauling Hero in the late game. Hero had a much better game 2 and game 3 compared to game 1. But SERRAL showed that he is made of sterner stuff. And he is about to get a 3-0 dominant victory in the upper bracket of Group A against Hero. GG, well played.